Amazing work by Brett and his team there. We do have animal news to get to. This time about Jane Goodall. You might remember her as the woman who worked with the primates and everything, expanded our understanding of our close relatives, our empathy for them perhaps. Or did she have an ulterior motive? Take a look at this video.
We cannot hide away from human population growth because, it underlies so many of the other problems. All these things we talk about wouldn't be a problem if there was the size of population that there was 500 years ago.
They're not even hiding it any longer. What was the population in the year 1500? About 500 million. What on earth could take place that would cause a planet with 9 billion people on it to be reduced by 95% to 500 million? I wonder if a virus could do that.
So yes, Jane Goodall, the woman who just worked with the chimps, is revealing the secret plot. It's secret, even though she was being videotaped at the World Economic Forum. The secret plot to kill 99% of the world's population with a virus. And she revealed that because she said we had an easier time coexisting with nature when there were fewer humans. Now that guy who has like 1.5 million Instagram followers and would have you believe that he believes literally every conspiracy theory that he comes across. I don't know what he actually believes. I know that it's incredibly lucrative to him to imply that he believes all this. There's a bit of a problem with his theory that the plot has been revealed. She never said anything about reducing the population. She never said anything about a disease. All she said was, when we had fewer people, it was easier. She didn't say, and thus let's start killing each other. She didn't say anything like that. She stated an obvious, indisputable truth. It was easier when there were fewer people, but that isn't gonna generate, looks like 500,000 views on that video that we just showed you. No, baselessly claiming that there's a plot from the world's elites like Jane Goodall, who I guess is one of the Rothschilds or something, that there's a plot to kill everyone. That's how you draw in the viewers. And so it's crazy, there's no evidence, there's no reason to believe it, and it's being spread not only for profit, but also to get people to be non-compliant with vaccination and social distancing and everything. But I'm sure he's gonna make some money along the way.
That's the whole point, isn't it, right? Again, so push this whole thing about this virus. Is the virus the one that's killing people? Because I think there was a study that talked about the people who didn't believe the virus was real are the majority of the people who died of that virus. So if you want to help Jane Goodall and her plan that she never said of eliminating 99% of the world's population, you're assisting. So I guess you believe her? Yeah. Because that's what killed many people. I'm not sure if you mentioned the vaccine next, but the virus is the thing that happened. It's just it was planted to us so that idiots who listen to folks who come up with random conspiracy theories will then die. Maybe you shouldn't cooperate.
Yeah, no, it makes so much sense. So first of all, if there was a plot to kill everyone, why would Jane Goodall of all people be involved in it? And if she was involved in it, why is she saying it at an event that people could attend that was being broadcasted, they were putting online? They're just admitting it right now. First of all, the video is from 2 years ago. Why would they be admitting it? If that was their actual plot, and then even more so, if they wanted to kill everyone with the disease, why were they the side? Why were we the side that was trying to stop people from dying? You guys didn't want to socially distance. You didn't want to wear masks. You didn't want to get vaccinated. Now I know the vaccine kills like 99% of the people that take it. You literally didn't want to take any precautions. Why are you so actively complying with the plot to kill humanity? That's all nonsense. She did some good work with chimps, gorillas, I think. And that's pretty much where it ended for Jane Goodall, I think. Anyway, we got more animal news for you. It's gonna seem dark at first, but I swear it has a good ending. There was an 8-year-old dog, a corgi named Arthur, who was found back on July 14th in a rural town of New Holland, Lancaster County, after climbing under a fence. He was weathered and flea bitten and apparently had a giant wound on his head that they first thought was damage from the fence. No, it turned out he had been shot between the eyes. This is the dog. There is Arthur. You'll be able to see a couple shots of him. We bring that up. The poor dog. You can see the wound there. And you can see when we go to this X-ray, there's shrapnel from the wound like through his skull. Someone shot the dog and left him there. And I know that this is really dark, but I did say that it has a good ending. Let's go to this video. Arthur's okay. I mean, not 100% okay. He was shot in the head and left for dead, but he's running around and he's smiling and somehow he survived that. I have no idea how you'd survive a shot right between the eyes, but he's the good boy who lived, I've dubbed him.
Yeah, there's people who I guess shoot aggressive looking dogs or dogs they think are attacking. This had to be one of those cases of I'm sick of this dog. I'm shooting for sport. There's sick people in the world. It's amazing. So whoever shot this cute little dog in the face like this, then went home, went to sleep, and didn't have nightmares. That's like, we have to understand there's people like this that are around us in society. You walk down the street and somebody says, hey, how you doing today? They may have been someone who likes to shoot corgis in the forehead and then go off and go to sleep and act like this is just a normal day in the life. Bro, I know I get a bad reputation for what I say about animals and stuff, and even dogs that do ridiculous things. I don't mean any of that, of course. And it's weird that people really have this perspective where they'll do something this horrific and then just move on. Like you don't think about that afterwards. A defenseless creature like that. I know we hunt and fish and all that stuff. But this was just simply for the sake of seeing this dog die in your face.
A cute corgi. Who did a corgi ever hurt? But he's alive. That's good news. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.